tiny into punch and enyaye.
I should think so.
Now punch was some from a film.
But say obi a nim time a punch and a buy and I nim
exactly. So if you are telling us there was a problem with the tie, what is the nature of the problem?
I don't know security details any here to Ghana.
A tie is tie to the no details, security details when say on him son of a catch and said there was a security tie say what is the security detail about that? Oh, it and it's difficult to comprehend and accept say this is the justification why they landed. The movement of the former president. Is that easy? That second one I buy went back to wherever it came from. What has here? So the question is, and let's even come back to second one. Tai say you need a whole crew with another plane to come and supply our tie.
And you said that because it be a NASA specific time at the point it be near.
Only say aviation for. I'm very sure said the omutons has papers nibi.
Ebia no nibi.
Now unibia, do you have to fly? Now, are you familiar with the way I like we send things through flights to other countries? They could easily just send the tie through and then next available flight say Emra.
Experts no be changing be ni hand so
and you needed 5 expatriate experts to come and fix one tie.
Depending on the type. Say tie one can say one.
He said tie, he said ties. Let's even grant say ties. And you need 4 you can say airplane engineers. In fact 5 of them to come and fix best 6.5 ties. So these are the questions that are begging for answers. And I'm sure all these things wouldn't have been issues had the committee been allowed to be formed and had it been allowed to do its work. And if the minister were minded to keep quiet, what I say, I'm sure when you know Ankembe ask him, because now the suspicion is going because of the responses are on one kasa Edibaye to what the honorable member of parliament Ekayeno. Oh, and I'm saying say, I mean sometimes as somebody say, I say Nkrofo omuye juma ben, I so munyabutre. Because the officious manner with which he spoke to the issues, presented evidence that has turned out to be unsustainable. No, but for me, government has an interest in finding out the truth about this issue, because it's creating a certain image which is not wholesome, and government needs to act very fast. Now, Adidia is degenerating. Now, people are petitioning all kinds of people to look further into this matter. When Ankasa could have done the investigation ourselves and could have come up with the right answers. And there's something that is striking. The silence of almost every security agency that is supposed to know something about Nyekoswi. Narcotics Control Commission. Nobody speaking because there's an allegation of cocaine and all that. The Financial Intelligence Center, his outfit is not speaking, but there's an allegation of money laundering. What is here? Ghana Civil Aviation Authority. This is right, in your backyard. You need to be giving us the information. Say they stopped to do refilling and refueling. And this is what Ghana Civil Aviation did to help. And now we're vulnerable, we couldn't help because we didn't. You need to be telling us.
Okay, I think let's see this if it helps.
Okay.
A statement from Ghana Airports. Ghana
but for the sake of your listeners, it will be nice to read
I'll say. The attention of the management of Ghana Airport Company Limited has been drawn to media publications making false allegations concerning the involvement of Ghana Airport Company officials in passing false information to one Reverend Intim Fojo, who has made allegations of drug trafficking regarding 2 aircraft landing at Kokrokoo International Airport some weeks ago. It is important to state that 1. Landing permits of all aircraft entering Ghana are issued by Ghana Civil Aviation Authority in conjunction with the National Security and not Ghana Airport Company Limited. 2. All security checks were conducted by Aviation Security and National Security, while ground handling services were conducted by Swissport Company for the aircraft that arrived. 3. There was no evidence of any illegal substance on board both aircraft. 4. The managing director, Mrs. Yvonne Nana Efriye Pare, does not know or has never met or spoken to Reverend Intim Fojo. The onus is on the groups or individuals making false allegations to provide evidence of same. 6. Ghana Airport Company Limited hereby serves notice that the company will not hesitate to seek legal redress against any media house, individual, or any other entity for any intentional or mischievous publication on Reverend Intim Fojo's false allegation and related matters that seek to bring the image of the company, its managing director, and the government into disrepute regarding the 2 aircraft. Finally, discerning Ghanaians are entreated to disregard those fictitious and malicious allegations and publications and treat them with the contempt they deserve. Signed, Management, Ghana Airport Company Limited. Hey.
No, this is a statement by somebody trying to protect a job.
Wow.
It doesn't add anything to the conversation. It doesn't. If anything at all, Onuso because something very definite said there was nothing illegal on board. How do you know that? Did you do inspection? You see, sometimes, you just made the point, say ground handling was done by Swiss. Now you are making a definite statement and said there was nothing illegal. How do you know that? Did the airport company conduct any search on the plane to know there was nothing illegal on board?
Something you have said, say, domain. How then did you know, say?
And that's precisely the point I'm making. You see, you said this was no, you now on Kanhubi, landing and everything else, different, yeah. Then you go proceed to say, you airport company says there was nothing illegal on board. How would you know that? This is just an attempt. What was it? People are calling for a head. Until where there's just an attempt to protect her job. Say, "Nyami information until for Joe, until direct your attention elsewhere." That's all this statement is about. He has not added anything to the conversation about this scandal. What has here? Until me, this thing is just somebody who is, straining her veins to defend her job. That's all this is. But oh no, just quickly. My suggestion is that apart from subordinates of the president betraying his advice, in fact not advice, instruction, I think that Parliament should take this thing up very seriously. There should be a bipartisan committee constituted to look into this, because if the executive have shown they will not work with the instructions of the president, I think our legislators, they owe it to us to get to the bottom of this matter. And it is in the exercise of your responsibility, Krana and Team Fojo, Eko Kani. And if now there is no committee and so on, I think Parliament should take it up. Look, it is with a view to finding the truth about Nyesi here. It's not about a certain government is engaged in this or not. Look, I have no interest in that. Why? Cocaine cases happened in previous administrations. But so that we are protected and we are sure, say, BBC and CBM, let's get to the bottom of this matter. And my advice to people speaking for government, stop trying to be the jurors on this matter. Speak to only what you know. And if anything at all, if I were in their position, I would rather consign everything to that committee that needs to be set up. Yours is to communicate the findings of the committee, not to be the committee and the judge at the same time in this matter.
Meso so meda se papa Atik Mohammed and what and Kanamako Yasani Tanoso says here, but before that, and Ohine Georgina at the Pakusi Ayatafenoma Georgia and Yemfi at your watch bako. Way Efri Oba Honorable Benito Ureku Usubiu and Honorable Francis Bubi answer. And there was Samson Kwame Yameche Hello FM Kumase Miangasa Nanaya Okese the Cardinal and a Chairman General Kwame Safakai And no man yes say or here Georgina de Percusima Georgia. Happy birthday. Over.
Anna
Boss.
Namenchia Honorable Namenchia Menuatic. Menchia and Casano production team. I shall phone it for you now. And I would say, as Antifo was saying, you can say from Kusi Koda. Now, I am seeing this particular phrase. A weave through the whole issue about, say, allegations of cocaine and money laundering. Last week, a better I can say, I am not asem and penipa. Na onipa and open and wasem. Now, the issue of Kusi and Kusi Kodan Kodano, I mean to say, a bank a man mekasa, and as a banker, Samafo a man mekasa up to this point, would have sat here and still condemn them. Say, I didn't know mercy. Now, a bank I am mute, I yenti bibia enfi a bank na catch it. For me, Honorable Felix Kwachi Ofosu, Nensa more the big good and a response to the general public. No, I can say ne kwan swara no. But Nana, me major in history and linguistics. Na me history me ye we invest no. Me somehow a broader idea about the tradition of the UP, and I say the UP tradition. Say NDC say omofi say ombenyo omonto trota na and there no more mistake, because the UP tradition has a certain character of vile propaganda and allegations, and they have not changed. They have metamorphosed into NPP, and the kind of things that they are ready to do, you have no idea. And to say there be a can 4 years in Omankasa communicator and or the better bonting. Brunya 9, Easter 9, Idi Fete 9, Idi Ada 9, Baby into a net and 4 years nebeson. And this NDC fee so many motor trota Omunjira Yepa.
Okay, just a minute before you continue. What's it you prefer the vile propaganda and then?
They make allegations that mostly are unfounded.
Okay.
My man can't be being sure. Already be done.
No,
okay. But they said, you see, we have historical antecedent to normal cost. Even Ghana Airways, I had it, but almost there because America Airlines, France one.
Me engineer the Abbas is here. So dear Nabema Obe can say UP for or propaganda and any references are we in?
Because I have learnt about what they did to Kwame Nkrumah and the Convention People's Party, and by extension, Africa's inability to unite is because of the UP tradition. They orchestrated the removal of Kwame Nkrumah. Oh, that's the truth. And Kwame Nkrumah was about ensuring. Kwame Nkrumah, Nanka, Akatuna.
Airport company. We are as that.
There will be some media mention. So Nanka Kwame Nkrumah, Katuna Brona Africa unification. And can know why 40s to 50s no more. And Kayababe to say Africa united without us knowing say now there was division. Right? Nti propaganda party for me main hame say ura in team fojo or de sasem ebetudwa. No de betudwa so no mampani a oteso no Emma directives. But when I'm not getting to understand why it is very important, say, Abansi San, those are the various sectors now, agencies are they must all be cleared. You can see that there's a clear indication of an insider person who appears to be NPP and is poised in giving out information. Unfortunately, this information that was given to Ura in Team Forjono, and also one due diligence here, in my opinion, to a point and can make sure say he has the facts. Pa say as someone made Baba today, and ya idea about bring problems. As we speak, on one Kasane party's involvement in the whole case, no, it's so lackadaisical. They are so quiet about it somehow. Until just about last week, Nkrofo said so bisa say now then mojo kon ato onunkwaso. And son and Nkrofo started say omoba out to us as well speak in his favor. Say NPP this particular case, if there was any merit in it, Nana, and can you see it here you? Writing letters to diplomats, it is their modus operandi from the 50s. Even independent, they wrote letter against it. So we didn't need it at the time. And the letters are here. We can all read them. You understand? And for me, investigation should be conducted into this matter. Na se kobasa enye true so then over into forgery. Not just our somebody. In the sense, these particular allegations have international connotations. And it has, in the sense, the owners of Ahmed can sue him. Information that ono onya or they allege to the fact say Ahmed Ebaha purposely to transact illegal business no. O provudia any bia na ho song. Na so want to me and provudia. And just say there is a serious issue with him by the owners of that plane or those planes. But you can say about ties now, many atik or dwell a lot on the ties. They say ties are pie and that's so and so. I think even before the year.
But before the ties issue, Ediana Bemawaka said, Reverend Tim for your April, because Nensem now the kind of Ignas will be any inside the B, I be or MPP ni. And this answer no Emma for Casansa me and sending in any Nafi na HHMI Sabe bit me at Wasi.
Yes, I wasn't mentioning words. I presume say anyone and I say wherever he got his information from could be somebody who is pro NPP. No two ways about that.
That's presumptuous.
Yes, I'm assuming there's no two ways about that. Right?
So you assuming just as alleges or no assuming?
Yes. So
what makes yours different from his?
You see, mine is different because I have not alleged say Obia Kodi Bonibi. But
MPP need information.
I presume yes, because you see, for him he has been specific about money laundering and then cocaine issues. Two things he has mentioned, and these are very serious crimes across the globe in terms of international relations. And just a Koban says, "I know my quantia." Nasa wabe allege say, and not just. Probably he could have said he presumed or there could be some illegal dealings. But he was specific on two items, cocaine and then money laundering. Which means that whichever information that he has now leads to that fact or leads to that effect. So the burden now lies on him to prove. Right? Now, maybe back to your tie issue, no. Before even the year 2000, I think ordinary cars are now a producer. Had a system of tie detection, say be a pressure no former, and as a pressure signals. Cars be bream. Enti bibi to say aeroplane pa in room. Na omunim the consequences say koba say tie no de be see from no bibi atochima ho. Many women you use either say bicycle, motor or cars. And we know say especially Ghana yambo ye bra yenti use stars in kwana mostly no yetono. Ties ni bi wo ho a wo de be hye no wo be say ho na pipe kitten bebre enti say one ma attention as one ma oni anko wo ties ho those areas one check it, even farm belt and to me papa sa want to me and check all those things constantly na precope na bia wo fi say tie na ya e be du hwamo enti I don't want to believe say in aeroplanes of today we don't have that pressure system we better me detect say tie way the way chile and I said the all left or right ehun ya tochima na yensa mi say say enti sanka ekoba ne say nkrofo no be illegal business cocaine and money laundering as has been alleged and can play anybody have 5 days and more ensisi asom say play ni be gina omo be illegal business yanka say yenimi ye so let's use the local for example cars omo carry good for one point to another. Ebi akolo di body and even passenger car buses. Ehun ko tochima wo kwan so. Na ya suma foforo, especially those who load cargo cars no load boxes ahoro no. Na ya the car foforo aba nti ube ho na we to no more offloading normal for a reason say the other car has developed a certain problem. And once they offload Now, you said this and that is what was offloaded from the car. Now, we have no problem. It happens all the time. So, based on the owner's own compliance and whatever, Omo say plane na see money gina ha. Na ye ho adwuma ansa na ye tuako. Now, I think can say plane na can so to aso ko baby okono, but we sense energy. I don't think say no crop it has to be part of the discussion. In the sense Bibi atochima ohunti na foforo aba ebe relieve no. And you go back to wherever you came from.
You are meant to go to Gambaga. You get to Kumasi, you develop a fault. Another comes to fix you. Instead of proceeding to your destination, you go back.
So the goods that was offloaded, where did they load it to?
These are some of the questions we are even asking.
So a different plane came.
They didn't take them to the final destination. No. Some new plane who went back to where it came from.
Is that what he's alleging?
Who?
Renting for you.
No. The details that have come out and said the login. H said the new plane that came. Obeye flew back to wherever it came from.
And to deliver the services.
Rwanda.
And to go say no mudi ko baby no. Ade no man fan to aso.
Me fi Kumasi bank crying. And I'm a fort will come. And she has a come from Kumasi on deliver no man here.
So the best is you can.
And you are basically
now I trust about cry. Now then we also go back to Kumasi.
So you want to tell me say the how do you call it, the second plane be relieve you or come back to baby of
you are not getting the conversation.
Oh, I think
the old one who was destined to go somewhere. What has here? Near Benya fault no.
Yes.
Was supposed to go somewhere. And according to them, Obenya problem. Another aircraft came to help them fix it.
Yes.
And they fix you know, the
you cannot say by force sanko baby are all kono o sanko home. Because whatever it is that they were transporting or whatever reason for which
could be offloaded here.
No, I will not say offloaded here.
So,
but they might have found another medium.
Another plane from Ghana.
No, another medium to send
which
it.
Other medium?
What the I think maybe what the VIP and not 2M Express. Air Kumasi.
Right.
Udu achim sechere. And uhu se wanya fault. And I'll pack it on Chenho. And your free car for say or no free and cocoa anase ebia JJT. Na omra emeboa. Oba ya wabeboa ma o problem krona wo no. Wa fix it. Or no awanje o passengers no. Or fix you and was down when it's straight to a VIP.
No. That's a wrong impression. How do you know say one passengers? How do you conclude that? A beer, baby crapa car now was saying no. Baby, I bet you to me a man services a hiano. A ni baby are now all corner. A beer or back to baby are now free corner. For instance,
there's no circle in Chico service.
No, say what be offload me, and that's what be relieving me. Memphis a tie in a pie or whatever it is. No, or mocha. Nase waba, nase wabe mame ties na my assistant. A beer technical reasons. Me say, don't continue to wherever you are going. Yes, the same thing until renting for those of you. Also, a beer.
Nasa on team for doers and I will see nya. I don't know who
the return of the flight is not in doubt.
You see, I think don't forget, say he has brought the issue. For which it has been running from last week to date. Into speculations na ye.
Some of them are no longer speculations.
How do you say some? Has he proven beyond reasonable doubt?
No.
If he has not proven beyond reasonable, it means that we are all speculating.
No, it's not in doubt that the new flight that came to help the first one went back. It's not in doubt.
Right.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Do you agree?
You see, don't say, do I agree? That is what has been alleged.
It's no longer an allegation, it's a fact. That's what I'm saying. Do you agree?
If it is a fact, then he should prove it. Say, no man say no board, cocaine and money, no, they are there.
I think my landed.
I'm saying, say, the burden lies on Oren Team for you to prove said your can and I want to believe in so say when he is invited, probably he cannot disclose a source of information, but I'm sure say before the committee he should be able to explain to them reasons why he brought this out and the actual fact behind the whole matter. I bet my government so say okay, and the investigation. Who are behind these so-called money laundering and cocaine? Because look, Nana, you cannot just allege obi ka em say article nkasa or see obi can say he was below Owura Okudze's
no, they were labeling him. No, they were calling him all kinds of names.
But Nana,
so a low budget to Okudze.
But you see, I tend to agree with whoever made that suggestion in the sense, yes, in the sense, if you remember the things that Owura Okudze Ablakwa did, regards investigation and then pronouncement, anytime he came up with any information, of course, at the time the government. Some of them, the communicators will come out to say, but that even gave him the ample avenue to prove them, say, he traveled all the way to certain places to ensure so obeying information right. And some of the Baba Tudra. But in this case, no, only a certain portion of information was presented to Owura Ntimfodwo. No, I press conference. Well, yeah, yes. The press
drive your point home.
The press conference, the period between time we're playing the buy, any time on also adding ever 2 drama. I'm saying operating hold
in my information he has.
Prove it. If you have the information, bring it out.
To whom? How?
To the general public. We are stakeholders, so we are also interested in the whole matter. If not, we will not come and sit here and discuss. Because you know, you fighting against these kind of things, cocaine, opioid, no air cosi. Into say when you be say yeah, also non party members can say he did not consult them initially. Into some of them were, staying behind, and now they have seen that it is important. Say we support him. Yes, anti say right? And if consultation went on very well, my investigation be cogent me who say the Ukrano so soon and I said no krebu ma. Anka I want to believe say by now crop be anka yanya pomasibre am for mood almost touch no e bia yensaka. But again I must say that writing to the diplomatic community for whatever I think say it will not end anywhere. Because those people will not come and interfere in your matters, wankasa and akofabeto. So, what investigation do you want them to do? It is up to you to come and prove, say, they are Mekaya and based on A, B, C, D. But if you invite the diplomatic community, what exactly do you want them to do? To adjudicate over it for us or what? Or to say they collaborate with Owura Ntimfodwo with Yoka and I say the other way around. And then I feel we should be concerned about the matter on the table anyway. But then we should also be mindful of the fact to say before CDB Baba to Bonteno. Now investigation I said we said the bear who entry to say Ntimfodwo no. Now at least you are safe somehow. As I sit here, I am very confident say Sasemwe Enkusia Aga because the way it is going, I'm not seeing any strong your friend is saying facts be a bit to me ama yaka say ampa cocaine bi bahane yasuma sidia enti yanche side part. I don't see it. Otherwise on kasa kra by this time invitation almost what the man as you see I was or train say ebeko through the parliamentary processes and send obeko no. I'm sure so better and further particulars and first invitation now which was alleged say NIB say who am invite no and by no man transfer can there so Canada without hesitating to say on because any the appropriate quarters no invited no. And then we will wait and see what is going to come out of this issue, but I feel strongly say nothing much will come out of it. Airport company omo statement omo diaba I think say almost they had that kind of liberty to also come and say something in the sense say they see in Nkusiwo a trotro station Isiwo airport and anything that happens in the airport whether they are involved in the checking of or inspection or inspecting cargo or whatever it is because a CEO or more premises if you remember people were asking say why is airport company also quiet and for me their statement that they have issued is in the right direction apart from the part to say they said they will sue whoever alleges say somebody has come out with his allegation. They have not said that the airport company is the one involved in the thing, but we are saying say once people came there to do ABCD there must be a report on it, and if there's a report on it airport company must at least have a copy because you have the operational command in that jurisdiction. And yes, I support their statement, But for the threat, I think that they've gone beyond the best.
Mate Medase, Yawa Sanita no Naten and Kano, and to wish Miss Cynthia Jemfi, Public Health Officer, Asokwa Municipal Health Directorate, a glorious birthday from Mrs. Helena Yaboa. Wishing you, Miss Cynthia Jemfi, Public Health Officer, Asokwa Municipal Health Directorate, a glorious birthday. Uncle Collins.
Kadna.
Maminti also so I've been chosen as a meal.
Pacho Michel. Micheti for ne Ashefo Sunina. Michia Minia fellow Vanda. And Minia Bema.
Yawa Sanitano.
I am very disappointed this morning.
Oh, are they?
When meaning Mr. Yao Tano for some time. I think I can call him a friend.
Yeah, sure.
But my observing right after the elections, the commentary on my political party. So by radio, Snoko TV, so the kind of language we use to, especially even to our former president and the political party I belong to now, a very, very unfortunate. And I pay simple question we say. Very simple question about an issue concerning an alleged cocaine money laundering. Also Ghana, akonechinyina MPP. This is his answer to a question about money laundering and cocaine. And that JB Dankwa, the antecedent of my political party, yani Ghana akonechi abedu bebe yedrono. This is his response to a simple question of cocaine and money laundering happening within just these few weeks. Okay, so I was a microphone. Some microphone. This is your answer to this particular question. Media AB and I mean to me reply in this same manner. But I can tell you, say, the political party I belong to, we are also observing you. AB will be the person will respond to you in equal measure. A very simple question. I realize that even the host, Cardinal, try say or do back, push you back to the topic at hand. Who's there be? Mamenka. Say MPP, the party I belong to. Oh, by my history. Today you are sitting here and all the time you are speaking as an NDC member, speaking for the government. Do you want us to go into the history of how the NDC was formed? No, but it is unfortunate. You've just been asked a very simple question.
Just as I've asked you.
Also, your party, so
just as I've asked you.
I don't speak for NDC.
No, but your actions and all that you are saying now leads credence to that fact.
Great. Point noted.
What has MPP got to do with current cocaine? What about JB Dankwa? What has JB Dankwa got to do with the cocaine? Cocaine is here. Okay. Any money land you are saying. What has JB Dankwa got to do with it? No, but it is unfair.
Matthias here. Point noted.
How can you doing that kind of suggestion?
Now address the substantive issue.
It
is unfair.
What I wanted to quote. It
is unfair.
What am I mean?
Okay.
It is not fair.
Martin, so address the current issue.
You know, very, very, very good relationship.
Honorable, Debbie,
but
don't go that way.
But don't go that
because
way.
You see,
don't go that way. And a UP tradition, you vow propaganda.
You see, this particular
the political party I belong to.
This type of propaganda.
This kind of and you are saying, say, what is happening now is because of the history of my party. Tracing it to JB Dankwa, vow propaganda.
I was going to read a letter he wrote.
And you are supporting Felix Kwacho Fosu, a government spokesperson who is bold to call a third-time member of parliament as a clown.
Now,
what kind of is this?
And to be a very no for banner. Now,
who supported this kind of statement from the government spokesperson, the Okasama president?
What did he do?
He called He called in for a clown.
You don't find it a problem.
You don't find it a problem.
I have not sat here to speak about clownish issues.
You mean clone?
He called a clown.
Wow.
It's still on his X page. He called the man Osofu Meko and referred to him as a clown.
I spoke to the statement that he made.
What kind of, and this is part of his statement. This is the statement coming from the government spokesperson. But if a member of parliament, I'm making allegation, your response to him is, "Oh, a clown."
That is not coming from me.
And you are here supporting him.
Have I supported him making a statement? So be a clown.
Is that how to speak as a government spokesperson?
No, I haven't supported anybody.
You are speaking for the president.
We issued the word clown to.
Not so be making allegation. Also, oh, a clown. No, share statement at airport for now. Listen to the airport company. The attention of the management of Ghana Airport Company Limited has been drawn to media publication making false allegations concerning the involvement of Ghana Airport Company Limited officials in passing false information to one Reverend in Tim Fodjo. Airport Company, Omunim in Tim Fodjo. You are referring to a 10-term member of parliament, a ranking member, to one in Tim Fodjo.
No,
what kind of behavior is this? What kind of behavior is this? Arrogance all over the place.
Now
look for substantive matter.
I did.
Look for substantive matter. When you were referring to JB Dankwa, what has JB Dankwa got to do with
all this time? Digressing.
What has JB Dankwa got to do with this?
When the host told me to come
back, what are you talking about? I come back. What are you doing there?
Until he tells him,
what has JB Dankwa got to do with this particular matter?
You see, I am saying, when it comes to propaganda,
what propaganda?
Truce, gentlemen. Truce here. Gentlemen. Now, yeah, Sanitano, meba. Honorable, Collins, Pamcho, meba. Yao, Nyabotre. Collins, Numsio, meba is the annual to us, meba, Numsio. Yao, honorable, Collins, or of L. Or F. Me person Brafom Kakramame. Why? Brafom Kakramame. Okra would me a friend say, me no one finish me as you do the numsio. Moment special a man. Members is here what temperature, members is here. Yehovah Mary Christ. I'm unfortunate. I think Yawasani Tano is becoming unbecoming. Abba. Ofayapa. My name is Sami from Ebuakwa. Okay. Okay. Yeah, they say you are becoming unbecoming. Yeah, therefore this. Not only okay. Sampai. Well done for Sampai. Tell your Sanitano to be mindful of certain lies he spews about the MPP, who does propaganda more than the NDC. And wasn't the CPP and NDC that had or have propaganda secretaries? Okujetwa Blakwa and others wrote several letters to IMF. By the way, the vile defense makes some of them very unpatriotic citizens is amazing. Asani is grieving more than the bereaved. Hey, ya ubebru sampai. Or say ya ubebrepa. Musa Abatwa Asanwase says, Nana Yauke it is interesting that Atiku Mohammed's analysis seemed to be disregarding the concrete statement issued by the institution responsible for Kokrokoo International Airport. The comprehensive responses from the management should be enough to put these claims to rest, instead of courting support for Reverend Intim Fodjo's unverified allegations. Atik should be urging him to present solid evidence. I call on the security to compel him to provide evidence or arrest him immediately. We Musa Abatwa ena odi so free asanwase a ewo Kizai yeka Kizai de a me no na rasta nyanim se kumase ode ebae ya Asanetano is a fine gentleman, except to say that his choice of words on Kokrokoo has just been bad. Oh, yeah, you could do better. Manful and what do we free IPT ewo esueboa ede ebaye. Mame Adwa says Now we have the real propagandists in government. So Yao Asanitano should understand that Mame Ajwa simply called open and close. And or they buy JB in Sawam. JB, all the message number, but there's no way I'll read. So I wouldn't who him send is here, Jumano Auntie. Nya there or message no. My kind said the old buy, but I appreciate the fact that all the message Abba. Nyame inshira papa. I'll say, Nana Akese, you don't read my charts, but I pray you well this morning. Tell the gentleman speaking, Yasane Tano, to stop talking and rather bring out the CCTV footage and not videos on cell phones to bring finality to the saga. Secondly, kindly tell the president to stop their hawks from attacking Honorable Intim Fojo left, right, center. My name is Nana Bujay, aka Chief Constable. Okay. Even this one, I am sure you will not read. Nana Bujay, unfortunately, I have read this one for you. Honorable Rasta. Rasman.
Come now.
Yes, man. Pacho sita makros mamenengo. Yaw jai de oyen.
No, no, something can't.
Jai, me yepa. Ubi o habian mi se me yeje sa wo.
You but.
Honorable Rasta.
Nana anope been pesa be kasa bebre. In team for the issues about the president rightly, and I supported the president, so I'll say all the security agencies know and come together to assist in the investigation. Mr. say Obibia President Direct TV Efan Hubiano quickly should link up with the Reverend. It is not palatable. So even discussions about cocaine, the image portray the country as a Ghana no idea Mr. say you know will be calm me down and let's see the way forward. And I'm that's it.
Mr. So me that's papa. The ever Debbie.
That's all I want.
Yeah, stop it. Stop it. Yeah, stop it. Mane are ora bechen de onga. Debbie manen kana sem pacho jaisa. Atik Mohammed in the studio this morning. Yawasani Tano and our Collins Adomako Mensa MP Efija Kwabre no. Penfui ena ewo ha say. I think in the next 5 minutes, my minute the opposite okay.
Media me beka galam say any deportation was
but
this way.
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is a sector Mazda works in very effectively. I don't think say I quite say oh yamma omunko yan repatriation mom yamma repatriating crofwa omunya Ghana for muye small scale mining. In the first look, there are two layers to this. In the first instance, we are non-Ghanaian. You are, in fact, you are barred from ever doing small scale mining. That's one. Two, we are mining. So there are, laws and regulations governing Ufasu a year. And if you offend any of the regulations and our laws now, Mranusu Echre Kwaya Esedi Ufasu. Now, if you read the Minerals and Mining Act as amended, Act 703 as amended in 2019, look, we amended the law to increase the penalty units for people who offend the Minerals and Mining Act, especially non-Ghanaians. And what it says, so we are non-Ghanaian now, you are found guilty of committing any offenses under the Act now. There are two things. If you are found guilty, you serve the full sentence. And in fact, we amended the law to make the minimum number of years I serve to 15. So the range is between 15 and 25 years. You will not serve less than 15 years and not more than 25 years. Now, it also says, if after that, Act 573, which is the Immigration Act of 2000, Section 35, any non-citizen who is found guilty by a competent court Nandipano is sentenced to a term of 3 months or more now. Nipano immediately after serving the sentence, the person has to be deported. But now, contrary to even the Minerals and Mining Act as amended, no, we are very quick to say, oh, and that is why we are having these things. Act 995, which is the amendment to Act 703, no. Let me just read that verbatim so that I'm on for Betias here. And I'm reading, Section 99 as amended, under offenses and penalties. And I'm reading subsection 3. It says, a non-Ghanaian who undertakes a mining operation or facilitates, they don't, the law, those who carried the law were very intentional. Oman said the person only engages in illegal mining, but actually also facilitates. So it says a non-Ghanaian who undertakes a mining operation or facilitates the participation of any person in mining contrary to a provision of this act commits an offense and is liable on a conviction to a fine of no less than 100,000 penalty units and not more than 350,000 penalty units. Look at the number of penalty units we are talking about. It tells you the gravity of the offense. And then the second one is a term of imprisonment of no less than 20 years. Actually, is Ghanaians 15 and 25. But non-Ghanaians 20 years and not more than 25. Anytime Chinese illegal miners were arrested, and one said, Yomoko Airport, now and you, we are Burkina Faso, and now we are Nigeria, and now we are illegal mining. And now you do anything contrary to any provision of the Minerals and Mining Act, now Chiwa. You do some Libya. And if you are found guilty of any of the offenses under the law, no, first you have to serve your sentence. Now you are deported. And I made reference to the Immigration Act of 2000 that says that under section 35(3), now the sentence you have to suffer 3 months or more immediately after serving down for deportation. So if under the Minerals and Mining Act, the penalty is 20 years, not less than 20 years, and not more than 25 years. Let's just say I brew 3 months in Okra until you must serve the sentence before you get deported. But say chini airport say so Oba as one Leah, he returns as Chow Mein. That's what they do, and it's difficult to tell the difference. Oh, it was not for nothing. Tina Eka said the penalty, the years of imprisonment, and yet 20 years and not more than 25 years, Oh, it is to deter people say who are living by 20 years. Chow Mein tia omba. But near say China I am fanunko. You are encouraging them because they usually come back with a different name. And that is something that we should not even be having a conversation about. Say, should we repatriate offenders without prosecution? What? And also free. It is against the Minerals and Mining Act as amended. It is, in fact, the original act, 703, who share 99, section 99. It provides is the same thing, just that Act 995 only increased the terms. Until the law is very clear, so Uchina. If the person is found guilty, you jail the person and can say you repatriate them.
And then the crack is saying,
the crack is saying, arraign them before court. This haste to send them back to their countries is against the law. That's not what the law says. Because if you are deporting them, what is the basis for deporting them? The Immigration Act says you can deport them when they are found guilty and they have been sentenced to 3 months or more. Now you deport them on what basis? And I'm not sure say who are found to have offended the Minerals and Mining Act. If they are found guilty, they serve 20 years. And now they pay a fine because the penalty unit is 150,000. That's the minimum. And the maximum is 350,000 penalty units. Ask any lawyer what that means. What is here? But we will not take them through court to establish their guilt and get them sentenced. And once sentenced, so it doesn't deter anybody, any foreigner who wants to come and do illegal mining here. Because when him said the worst that can happen is and Kahun say, Omuba, they don't come in once, they They come in 10s and 15s and so on, and in 5s. Who deported back? Those who were able to escape, no. The Japanese, the umbe buabua no. Tell my here, because when him said the worst that can happen, he said, and Kahun said, Omuba, they don't come in ones, so they come in 10s and 15s and so on, and in 5s.
Regulatory failure on or misuse of official item. BOG, that's Bank of Ghana boxes used in transporting counterfeit dollars and fake gold bars. I think it's fine, it's a subtopic, but then NTS say we have not yet to come to a conclusion. Say all that we have seen on TV are fake. We have not yet come to that. But bibi na sisi maso kakra.
But national security necessarily a fake. I'm gonna say a fake.
I have said it on several platforms. They cannot tell us say what is there is completely because bosses think why MBA so.
Or say a fake.
No.
Or say the word BS a fake.
The word BS so. But as long as a B will hold 12 containers so.
So let's talk about the BS no.
Oh, but no, the topic itself plus the statement, no. Yeah, man, I bet Toya Jum say gold bars, so whatever it is that was found.
Said the Oma BS or no. There are supposed gold bars. There are dollars. And our Ghana cedis.
Right.
And our national security na Jackpadi and Nimon Kubiano. One I said the Oma BS or not.
BS or not fake. Fine.
But there's nothing with what we've given you.
Fine. They made it by basis. And it's also within our environment, or more Moscow, Escafo, or more use conflicts more, and a beer or more Tomilu 10 ones or more use we now boxes and only Konku no more. Nankro for NNM SSA. Your call rate, governor of Bank of Ghana, former, Uradi Sinifino. You call whom boxes are a Bank of Ghana.
Okobi.
Oh,
the way I was kind of call
okay. So I didn't double until one can say with a himself.
And to that,
no more Musu Moko Rage ni muno. Say Bank of Ghana boxes. I the Cresica. Empty ones, maybe when you feel. Your second the same Bank of Ghana boxes are, and also you the be a baggy so called fake your friends currency. I know so what baby. Nana anye bia me bisa wo say Bank of Ghana omu twasika ana say Ghana ye twasika fiama no ne na eba ye yisika no a bosses ne ye ton ana say ye den ana ye tugu bola so mankrofo besesa e no urade sensesa bi e na nkrofo we so besesa bi ana
balade sen den de uji di sen de no kre original uji di say original box
say sana e beto abontin
national security no mo call adison fie ho omo no a omo ka se omo fence omo akwa ko hu box omo say nkre omo na e ka just say dom ko hu WhatsApp man na fake o say ndie
there be I'm talking about the box.
But box and then I say nkre
box no owura jakpa in his lead no o chere number I just say or the Bank of Ghana officials crack ho e mo authenticate say yes omo boxes no it means boxes that they have emptied or whatever it is into boxes na ekohun bi owura de sefie boxes na ekohun bi wo sapema say ye krasika ba anase ye krasika na bedu o mamu na ye yiska no boxes ye ton anase ye de kogu bola so ama nkrofo akosesa na. These are the questions we should be asking ourselves. Into hono bibi atochimaka kresisi maso owura take ofa galamsey inse ebaye menia I have said internet nkrofo test say me kasa na say bibi in send wo ho say it as it is. And this is not the first time I make our videos, my other networks. So I will not mince words by saying, say, that preposition say, you are coaching Crawford, our more foreigners, na ye deport woman. I want to say emphatically, say, there's no sense in it. There's no sense. Whoever sat down to decide, say, foreigner, you're deporting. Na Ghana, you know, assassin, you're not the jail, no, memha, non coda jail, no, me do one mentiasi. What makes you think say the foreigners that will do Marco Musa baby? Ya will remember her and Aisha won at the time say yeah can say yeah deporting the crown. Not me say she was still around when His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo was quizzed. Was it he didn't know say Aisha one was even deported and how she entered the country. He didn't know. It means that briefing to the president was somehow short of something. You understand? Into say ube deported foreigner. Wabe say yensu wansu ani yensase. Na say yen Ghana for nankasa yensu ye 2 yen de. Ye de ube jeli ya. Minhu sebe nyansa biya ewum. Into we should look at that issue and not even think about deporting anybody. Prosecute the person. Let the person serve his term or her term. Now you say your friend is saying justice has been meted out to all those who were either found your friend is saying culpable in dealing with the illegal your friend is saying still.
All right.
But finally, Mame Tokonu removal or whatever it is. Nana, some of us and now are bed tested, but I will say it as it is. She has to be removed, in my opinion. She has no basis in staying there, and I have no problem if that is how it is going to be. Government for Furabeba, if you realize that the Chief Justice there, the Electoral Commissioner there is not in your favor, you know, because AMPP never bought Kwaneto. For them, they even campaigned about removing Charlotte, or said they did. And if you look at, and I say if you have been observant enough to see Mame Tokonu's tenure in office, any the akoso, the otra homa ye jechi question come to court every day. And somewhere beko ho anka ese ye bisa ye biesu na ye di egu ho sa foforo kodi antentem na ya so na ye di ne demeanor usurping on a friend is saying parliamentary mra and there was a way she could have done it. She went overboard, in my opinion. I'm a lay person, I'm not a lawyer. But then, Meme sitting afar observing her, no, she doesn't deserve to be the Chief Justice in this new administration. Otherwise, this fight against crime and corruption, a lot of cases have come up for the state to take over. No? If Mame Tokonu is there, nothing will be achieved. And if we don't achieve anything, it does not go against only NDCU. Neither does it go against only MPP, but it goes against the whole Ghana.
So, in your opinion, only Electoral Commission?
If the Electoral Commissioner has not performed to satisfaction,
what is your definition for satisfaction?
If you have been appointed as Electoral Commissioner, and as a banner so be declared more than 4 results. If you have been appointed by as Electoral Commission, now President and as a banner appointed one party be a ushemubi. And meetings your utterances, your modus operandi tells us say, one, you are either incompetent, and I say you have been pushed to do certain things. My friend, Obia Ba for Electoral Commissioner Bra, because Central Kwabesi wa Mramebisu through election. If the commissioners, Electoral Commissioners, if John your friend Boss Masari could ask it well, Nanka to say NDC. Referring to one party or 2 parties or Mudi or Menso in the 4th Republic. That's what can say one is a threat to democracy. What is your locus in being a deputy electoral commissioner?
Mate, honorable.
Yes, Minia. Of course, Minia Pena, I'm making some allegations against the electoral commissioner. Say, or meetings in your with my political party. We need that information. I don't know where baby the information is here. But the minimum say naming call meeting be the electoral commissioner. I'm talking about say your political party meeting. Ebiana subsequently meaning and bit me actually.
Let me be specific so that at least I don't also find myself in. Yeah, so I'm happy you brought it up. Not meeting say MPP for organizing meeting but certain gatherings, the pictures are out there.
Okay, gatherings I say be a public function. They inviting as an electoral commissioner.
There have been night functions. I have seen her. The pictures are out.
And can I appreciate you saying me actually that night function? Say, Edia, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo in the private party. Night function.
I will not dare mention Nana Akufo-Addo. So yeah, party. But I'm saying that MPP or more functions she has been seen. The pictures are there. The latest one I saw was she and Ura Afro-Yumak in the way. Exchanging pleasantries. No, it was night. I think night.
Which program?
Oh, well, I don't need to know the program.
Rasta So you are saying, say, Nedia. Electoral Commissioner. Ushia minority leader of program.
Say program.
Say Anajo. And then 2, because we electoral commission and night functions. Is that what you are saying?
I'm not saying you shouldn't. Or the issue be by I'll say or more meeting. I'm saying I'm not referring to a particular meeting MPP for organizing and or TMB. right? But we have seen her at functions.
And I'm say, how to meet the functions?
NPP organized functions.
No, who could meet
one?
No. What meet the function? Say ABA NPP. Yeah, program say NPP program in Numere. Now you invite electoral commissioner. If you can show me the picture, can
you see,
I think say even the one you're referring to, so only Afenyo marking, you probably will be a public event.
It doesn't matter. We are saying, you see, it is one of the reasons he came out to say, I am no more. All
right.
So,
clarification is noted.
Normal, for me, I will not
all over the years now. Galamsey there. Maybe I don't condone Galamsey, irrespective of the political party and our members. I don't condone it because now Makuhu at first hand the effect of Galamsey. Or something and the mihu I was clear in my mind. Say idea so. Unfortunately, there politics. NPP NDC for say NPP for there. Met Kaimini Assam George so Nanakufa so stopping Galam so here just 2 weeks. If really he wants to do it, we here just 2 weeks to do it. Oma Babe me 4th month. We see. And on the man nipa ekasa. Media I feel say yema His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the support we can give him to fight this particular menace. Because Galam say there affecting you ubunsu fear enim MPP enim NDC. Let's try and support the government. Nemum abain so careful with their utterances. Ensem bi omo during the campaign in the run up to the elections no and amanko for say no bi ama omo pressure. Yenim say Galam say ekon enye easy sao nana unim nkofo who are involved in the whole videos here who ebi kutetuo the kind of guns omukuta no menya sure say Ghana police for ebi kuta say tuo ni bi enti enya ade ye didi agro say me ba ya mo de mo me 2 minutes me ye free ho eni baby ye dre and it's getting worse every time be ya obete wa unia Erastus on the Facebook page every time be he's bringing up new videos of Galamsey Ekoso timesre media as a Ghanaian, as a citizen, I'm prepared to give your president and the support to be here to fight this menace because the effect, it's devastating to everybody. Medase.
Medase, Papa, Honorable Collins, Adumako Mensa. No. Only time baby.
Oh, that be uncle.
Yeah, only time baby.
Water guards, no.
Water guards, any form here. And honorable Rasta, water guard and open here for me.
Now, water guard. First, we should talk about this thing.
What's the water guard?
You see the approach to fighting Galamsey, no? Say, His Excellency, the former, the sitting president, the campaign can say, obey employ AI services, and per the report of Ura from Pomboati, it means that something had been implemented and come up Buano Mani the Juma. Saying say to office you could see what was happening within those forests.
Yeah, but next time
your banners say never command and training in Crophobia or Muni expertise. Why didn't you send the never command?
Happy birthday to Alex Menu Faustina Bambri. Say Yamao happy birthday, Alex Menu. Once again to wish Ohinere Georgina at the Perkusi, aka Georgia of Georgia Hotels. Had a happy 81st birthday, and to wish Miss Cynthia Jemfi, Public Health Officer, Asokwa Municipal Health Directorate, with Femia Mayor, for Helena Yeboa, Mrs. Helena Yeboa, A.K. Hena, so Omautrinkwa, Miss Cynthia Jemfi. Anopay her, and Yedemusi, Mijama name, the Honorable Collins, Adomako Mensa, MP, Afijakwa Abred North on the ticket of MPP, Yazanitano. Or a former acting general secretary CPP and Atika Mohammed Medamunina Ase. Dr. Father Dixon Kennedy Asante say Sofo Kojo Asante Stephen Balfour Peter Square Isaac Opoko Pretty Joyce Dominic Nyanuvo and Nana Pepra Udia Nkan Kwame Yeboa and Mami Biama Kwafo Omene Sheye and Midi Ho Chame the Radiasum Ye Eja Ubia Utie and Anope Sign Kayu Makachiro Finauchi Mafato Mose Mabo nkai yesa kwasia da ebe ye mrenkenso kwasia da nti meka nkyere me se urefi nti na mafa na otwe nyina ade esi o se me kai se mabo nkai yesa kwasia da ebe ye mrenkenso kwasia da nti meka nkyere me se urefi nti na mafa na